Pregame.com.
College Bowl action. We've got Arizona State, Boise State right here in Las Vegas. A couple days before Santa Claus comes. What do you think?
I think I won't be going to the game. I did learn one thing about going to Las Vegas Bowl one time. BYU was in it. Sit on the side with BYU because there's nobody in line to get beer. That's the best part of the entire game. We drank all night without staying.
There you go. See, this guy
It's worth the video right there.
You're always handicapping.
Well,
I'll tell you.
There you go. There you go.
You pull out the nuggets that other people just
I got to get the best of everything.
I don't even know where to go from here after that one, but that was good. Boise State. I got to ask you, Brian. Where's their motivation come for this game?
Yeah, I don't understand it at all. This is a team who came into the season hoping to be in a BCS Bowl. They had a rare outside shot, probably not a very good shot, but they got to come back to the same place they were at last year. In fact, this is the third time they've been here in the last year. They played in this bowl game last year, and they came to UNLV just, I think, 5 or 6 weeks ago. What kind of reward is this for the Boise State players? And this is a down year for Boise. I mean, I talked about this. I had a big play on TCU when they played Boise. Mm-hmm. I like to look at how teams do in bowl games against other fellow bowlers. You got an Arizona State team 1-4 against the spread against the bowl teams they played. Boise 1-6 against the spread in the bowl teams they played. Boise doesn't want to be here. Arizona State's coach is leaving, and he's a lame duck coach coaching in the bowl game. I don't understand that at all. And all the assistants have to put out resumes. Who is actually going to be coaching this game?
Yeah, it's a bad spot for both. What I am looking at, and this is an angle that I use in basketball at the end of the season, I use it in the NFL at the end of the season, is when you've got nothing to play for. If you've got two teams that have nothing to play for, I'm only looking one way in that game, and that's to the over, because it doesn't take any energy to play offense. You go out there, your defense is where it takes effort because you've got to react. The offensive guys know what they're doing, and it ends up being like a pickup game in the backyard. And that's what I see this game turning into. Because, first of all, Arizona State can score points, and they give up a ton of points. We know Boise can score points. This could be a trap. I'm sorry I'm not going to be in town because I like to see shootouts like this. I would have gone to this game, but I'll be out of town for the holidays. I think that you can't put a total up high enough on this game. The scoreboard operator, let me put it to you this way. He won't be heading to the strip club after the game because he's going to be a little tired changing the numbers on the scoreboard in this one.
Well, he is in Las Vegas. I wouldn't put that past him. But, yeah, I agree with your point on that. You've got two excellent quarterbacks here. Defenses have had some problems. Boise's a little bit better defensively than maybe they've been in the past, but I think overall their offense isn't quite as good, but they still got a great quarterback. Anytime you got two quarterbacks, and I like to do the same thing as you mentioned. I've talked to VR about this in the past in the NFL. When you've got two teams that are out of the playoffs, especially if they're younger teams, they'll want to go out and put on a show and have a good time, and it's something I look at. So it makes a lot of sense.
Last year Boise came into this game with the same situation, but I think last year they came in with a chip on their shoulder and something to prove. You can't do that 2 years in a row. That's the thing. So let's look for a track meet. There's not a lot to dissect in this one. You've got two offenses that can go up and down the field, not real great defenses, especially on the Arizona State side. And like you said, with all of the assistants, there's a lot of talk. Some of them been in, unofficially been talking to people at UCLA. Right. They're not, their heads aren't in this one. And if you're not scheming, you get some blown coverages to give Kellen Moore some blown coverages, you got a quick 7.
And to be honest with you, on just a little bit of a separate thing, when you're talking about teams who come into the games with the coaching situation the way they are now, it's one of the reasons why I don't adjust my power ratings at the end of the season based on these games, because like you said, the Arizona State coaches, they're putting out resumes. Who knows how much time they're spending here. So for people who do their own power ratings, which I do, I end them at the end of the regular season for the next year. So people have in their mind, this could be a 40-point blowout. Mm-hmm. Let's say Arizona State for some reason wins by 40. People are going to have that in their mind, but it's a totally different situation because of the coaching staff. So I just eliminate all that from my power ratings for the following year.
Good point. And again, you got 2 great points from Brian. He told you how to avoid the lines at the beer stand, and you're just a wealth of information.
I'm glad I could supply something since you're making the picks on these games.
I'm just privileged to be in the same room. He's Brian Leonard. I'm Marco D'Angelo. We're going to have more videos. Continue the conversation, though. Head into the pregamevideos.com. You'll be able to go to the mega thread. Brian will put his notes up. He'll tell you where the best beer concession stands are. I'll try to give you some information to make you some money. Brian will let you take that money and go spend it on the beer. So there you go. Check it out in the forums. He's Brian Leonard. I'm Marco D'Angelo. Have a happy and a safe holiday. Merry Christmas to everybody from the entire staff at pregame.com.